Right, guys, this is question number 3 on the 2018 paper 1. It is the last question in the social influence section, and it is also the first essay on this paper. You can see the question in front of you now. Discuss what psychological research has told us about why people conform. So before we get into how I'm going to tackle this essay and what I would be looking for if I was marking it, there's just a couple of things for you to be aware of. Number one, don't get thrown off by the phrasing psychological research. Okay, so people often get caught up with that word research and they think they have to talk about a study. That's not true. Okay, so research means theory and or study. Okay, in this case, you're going to be talking about theory because there is no research study specifically about why people conform. Okay, so your essay is going to effectively be focusing on normative and informational social influence because those are the explanations for conformity that you know about. Okay, now it's a 16 marker. That means you're going to have 6 marks for outline and 10 marks for evaluation. Now you can see in the plan box what I am planning to do with this answer. This is also kind of what I would be looking for if I was marking it. Okay, so my outline is going to be split into 3 paragraphs. I'm going to have a definition of conformity just as a little bit of an introduction to the topic, and then I'm going to have a paragraph on normative social influence and a paragraph on informational social influence as well. As part of those paragraphs, I would expect to see some explanation as to what they are, some explanation of when they occur, and also some mention of what they lead to. And by that, I mean what type of conformity they lead to. Okay, so that's going to be 3 paragraphs in total. They're not all necessarily going to be the same length. The first one is going to be quite short. The second 2 are going to be a little bit longer. As part of my evaluation, I'm planning on doing 3 evaluation points. Okay, I think that 3 evaluation points is a nice, safe amount of evaluation points to have, bearing in mind that for 16 marks, you shouldn't be spending more than 20 minutes on writing this essay. I think a good outline with 3 evaluation points is doable in 20 minutes. Obviously, if you have time at the end and you have a 4th evaluation point that you're confident with, then by all means go back and write that 4th evaluation point in. But for the sake of this video, I am going to be doing 3 evaluation points. Okay, and also, don't worry about doing 3 evaluation points. If you have a good outline with 3 good evaluation points, then there's no reason why you can't get a level 4 answer. It might not be 16 out of 16, it might be more like 13 out of 16, but even if you can achieve that, that is already a great essay. Okay, so let's have a look at what this would look like. So let's start with that first paragraph. Here is my definition of conformity and my kind of introduction into this topic. Moving on, we have paragraph number 2, which is all about normative social influence. Like I said, we have what it is. You can give as much detail there as you can, when it's likely to occur, and what it is likely to result in. And in this case, I've just said that it's more likely to result in compliance. Obviously, it can also result in identification, but you don't need to talk about everything. You just need to give an accurate account of the theory. Moving on to my 3rd paragraph, we have informational social influence, and again, following the same structure as with normative social influence, what it is, when it's likely to occur, and what it is likely to lead to. Okay, we then have the first evaluation point, which is research support for normative social influence as provided by ASH. Okay, it's a fairly detailed evaluation point. There's some percentages in there. There's an explanation of a procedure that ASH conducted. So overall, a fairly meaty piece of research support. Following on from that, we've got another piece of research support, but this time for ISI as opposed to NSI, and this was the research done by Lucas et al., where they found that people were more likely to conform to incorrect answers to maths problems when those problems were difficult. Okay, so that supports the central predictions of informational social influence. And then my final evaluation point is that it is often unclear whether NSI or ISI is at work in research studies, but also in real life situations. Okay, then I've got a little bit of an example there, again taken from Ash's research, and why that is then a problem. Okay, that is my third evaluation point. All right. So I hope all of that has made sense. That is the end of the social influence section. The next video is going to focus on memory. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.